Good morning, guys. This is Mrs. Spence, and today you will take something that you've been working on as a team and you're going to write your own version. So we spent a lot of time talking about recycling, and you and your team came up with an idea of how to make our school more environmentally friendly. Together as a group, you wrote, or at least started to write, your own proposal. Okay, today, by yourself, you're going to write your own version of your proposal. Okay, so this is the example that I went over. If you remember, we read an example on rainwater collection. Okay, so here is how you will write your own proposal. You will not get your notes. Okay, so you're going to have to hopefully remember what your idea was, what your team's idea was. You're going to go into your Google Classroom, and you're going to open up the very first assignment there that's titled Recycling Proposal. And once you, click in there, this is what you should see. So here's what I've done to help you successfully write a 5-paragraph essay, just like this one. If you look here, there's 5 paragraphs, okay? So on the right-hand side, you can see I've told you what paragraph you're writing, and I've given you some key important features that you have to remember to include. So make sure that you're reading through those and checking off that you have everything that's listed there. But I'm going to go through and just kind of remind you of some important things that you should include in a 5-paragraph essay. So your first paragraph is your introduction paragraph. So remember, you should start with a hook. That very first sentence should hook the reader and get them interested in what you have to say. So you can start with a question, have you ever, onomatopoeia, or you can create a picture in their mind by starting with the word imagine. After you have your hook, you're then going to include your topic sentence. Okay, so here's your example. I think our school should, and then explain what it is that you're proposing to Mrs. Sneath. What do you think our school should do to be better at recycling? So what you're going to do is to write your paragraph, you're going to click in the left-hand box, and that is where you will type. So I might start by typing, have you ever thought about da 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 da, and I'll include my topic sentence, okay, to complete my introduction paragraph. Then I'm going to scroll down and look at the information that's listed here for body paragraph 1. Remember, you always want to start with a sequence word, first, second, next, then. That very first sentence of your paragraph should be the topic sentence for that paragraph. So for example, my first sentence might be, first, there's my sequence word, I am going to tell you, if you look down here, your whole first paragraph is explaining to Mrs. Sneath why it is important to recycle. Okay, we want to teach her what we've been learning about recycling and how it's really important for the environment. I'm going to tell you why it is important to recycle. Okay, that would be my topic sentence. And then you're going to go through and explain, how does it impact landfills? How does it impact the environment? What bad things happen if we don't recycle? Where does our trash go? Okay, then you're going to come down here and type your second body paragraph. Same thing as the first. You're going to have it start with a sequence word, a topic sentence, but the topic has now changed. Now your topic is, you need to explain how you plan to make our school better at recycling. So what's your project idea, and why is your project idea very important? Okay. All of these body paragraphs should have at least 5 sentences. Okay, that's what you're really aiming for. If you get really stuck, you should at least have 3 to 4, and I can try to help you in the future add a 5th sentence. But try to get 5 good sentences with capital letters and punctuation. Okay, we have our third body paragraph, same as the last 2. You should start with a sequence word, you need a topic sentence, and now your topic for this paragraph is you need to explain what materials you will need and how you will actually make your product, so that Mrs. Sneath knows you've planned out either how you're going to make it, or some of you aren't making it but you're trying to raise money, so you need to explain how you're going to do that. Okay, and again, try to include at least 5 sentences. Then you're going to come down here and type your conclusion paragraph. Just like the body paragraphs, you want to start with a sequence word, but it's going to be one of those finally, lastly, one that shows it's the last paragraph that you're writing. Now changes here. You want to include a sentence that summarizes your 3 main points that you made in your body paragraph. So I do have an example here. So here my summarizing sentence might be, now you know why recycling is important, why our school will benefit from, you put your project idea in there, and how my team plans to build it. Okay, so that's a good summarizing sentence. I've taken the 3 main points that I made in body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and body paragraph 3 and put them all into one sentence. And finally, try to end with a sentence that really gets the reader thinking about your idea and recycling. We really want to inspire them to want to recycle. So my example sentence, that would be the very last sentence in my entire essay, is, how will you help our school treat the environment better? Again, I don't want you to copy any of my example sentences. It's just to give you an idea of what I'm looking for. Okay, so when I go in here, I should see 5 paragraphs, one typed in each box. Okay, your middle paragraph should be the longest paragraphs with at least 5 sentences. Okay, so each box will have a paragraph. I'll look through it, I'll read it, I'll help you, I'll check, make sure when you think you're finished, reread it, check to make sure that you didn't accidentally miss any words, that it makes sense, that you have capital letters, you have periods at the end of each of your sentences. If it's a question, make sure it gets a question mark. Just try your very, very best, and when you've reread it, you've typed all your paragraphs and you reread it, then I want you to go up here and there will be a button. I don't have it here, but it will say, I believe, turn in. So make sure you turn it in so that I can see what you have, and I'll give you notes, and we'll meet later and talk about your proposal. So I look forward to seeing what you come up with. All right, thanks for listening.